Well, football season is winding down. We're right in the heart of basketball season. And you know, if you've been to a basketball game lately where you've seen a shooter who just can't seem to miss, well, David mentioned this quote in his Sunday school this morning. But the quote comes from Dave Hopla. He says, "Practice doesn't make perfect. Perfect practice makes perfect." And his perfect form is what has made him the greatest shooter on the planet, who makes 99% of his shots and who has the Guinness Book of World Records for the most threes in 1 minute. So when Dudley Rutherford, minister of a big Christian church in California, heard that Dave Hopla was coming to a shooting clinic in his area, he signed his son up for it because his son was all about basketball. He said they walked into that gym and it was just humming with excitement. When Hopla stepped on the court and he started to shoot and he started to instruct these boys, he said you could have heard a pin drop. He said the thing that impressed him the most was that Hopla never missed, even from half court. He was making every shot. But you know, there was one shot that he did miss. Because you see, throughout this whole instruction, his language was riddled with vulgarity, and to the point where Rutherford had to take his son and take him out of the gym because he didn't want him in that environment. And it disappointed Rutherford so much that he decided to write Hopla a letter. And in the letter, he said, you know, you really missed a shot. You had the undivided attention of every boy and every dad in that gym with his skill. But you missed a shot because you had an opportunity to make a choice. You could have had these boys down a path of good or a path of evil. He said, and you chose poorly. He says, I hope the next time you have that opportunity that you'll make a better choice. Now, Rutherford said he didn't know what would happen. Maybe Hopla would take that letter and just throw it away with a few more expletives. But he had to write it. He felt compelled to write it. So a short time later, he ran into a friend of his. And his friend told Rutherford, he said, you're never going to believe who's coming to your church. He said, Dave Hopla. And Rutherford was shocked. But he said the next Sunday, sure enough, he looked out and there he was, right in the front row, taking copious notes. And so he arranged a meeting with Hopla. And Hopla said, you were right. He said, I got your letter. He said, I'm not one for missing shots, and I was missing a big one. So he said, I started to learn more about Jesus and understand that my language was way out of line. He said, and not only that, but he said, I was a liar. He said, so I learned that I had to tell the truth. He said, in fact, on my basketball, I actually have on the panels, always tell the truth. He said, I've got it on my website. He said, that's like my motto now. He said, you know, what used to make me proud was being able to make a ton of shots and have a high shot percentage and having NBA coaches and NBA players come to me for instruction. And he said, you know, the thing that gives me the greatest joy now is whenever I have those lessons, I'm able to tell those people that I have in my sessions that you could make 100% of the shots that you take, but you're nothing without Jesus. So think about that. You may be really good at what you do. You're making an impact for Jesus. Are you using it to make an impact for Jesus? Let's let that be what we do in this new year. Let's let every conversation, everything that we do, be about Jesus and making an impact for him. Because look at the transformation that Jesus can make in someone's life. He took someone who was someone who swore and was a liar and turned him into someone who tells everybody about Jesus. Because Jesus, he was the one who loves you enough to take your sins to the cross. He took our place. That's why we have to remember the sacrifice that he made for us. Because he loves you so much. Let's remember that sacrifice, and let's make an impact for Jesus. Let's not miss another shot. And please remember the sacrifice that Jesus made for you as we go to this communion time.